Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. ATN Gaming here, also known as Kira in War Robots. In today's video, it's going to be a bit of a long video, guys. So it's about how to develop your hangar, and also I want to show you guys throughout the time in the last year to 1.5 years how I developed my hangar. Hopefully that might help you to make certain choices in the game and upgrade certain gears that you can choose from. Now it's going, like I said, it's going to be a bit of a longer video. I'm going to take my time to tell you how I did my hangar up until now, where I start from last year, also certain choices that I've made in developing my hangar and why I made those choices. Hopefully it will be helpful to you guys, so bear with me on this video. It's going to be a longer video, so go grab a snack, go grab some drinks, and let's talk about a little bit. Now, first off, I'm going to jump into, I made some screenshots of my old hangars to show you guys what it used to be. So I'm going to jump here into the first screenshot that I could find, which is this one. Here you can see that I was still playing with the Leech. This is from March 2020. I still have two. I have a Leech here. I even have a Spectre. I have a Phantom. I have an Ares and an Auchun. Pretty old hangar compared to now. You can see that in a very small time, like let's say a little bit in a year, a lot has changed and a lot has happened in War Robots. But even more, that in just a year time, I managed to change this into an almost mk2 level hangar. And I'm going to show you that at the end. Now this is the oldest screenshot that I could find of one of my old hangars. Keep in mind that I've been playing for like 5 to 6 years now, so I know what I'm doing, and I have been through a lot of bots and a lot of type of hangars. But this is the oldest screenshot I could find to show you guys. So I'm starting off from here, which is March 2020, roughly a little bit more than a year, right? But it is also a very good point to make out, is that in just a little time, over a year, a lot of things has changed, and I managed to, by grinding a lot, by playing a lot, by saving up silvers, by making the right choices, I managed to make this hangar that you see here into a roughly almost half of my bots right now are mk2 level 9 or level 8, and also some weapons of mine are mk2 without spending any money, without spending maybe I bought like a deal here for €1 or maybe €5. I bought the VIP pass sometimes, but it's maybe just a couple of bucks in a couple of in roughly 1.5 years, which is definitely really good that you can do if you want to spend a little bit of money, but not too much into this game. So let's just talk about the hangar a little bit. We all know, if you're watching this in August 2021, the Spectre, the Leech, the Ares, and the Auchun, and I think also the Phantom are pretty outdated, right? I think the Phantom can still be very liable. Actually, the Phantom is my favorite bot. But if you really want to go into the meta of August 2021, you would say, you know, that's the Hawk, that's a Fafnir, that's a Shell, that's a Fenrir, and so on, right? So I'll show you guys my hangar right now at the end of the video to go in depth about how I got to there. But this is my hangar in March 2020. As you can see, it's also very low level. The only mk2 level bot here is my Phantom, which is my favorite bot, so I decided to focus on that. Now let's talk about that as well, like making good choices and making focus, what choices you should make and why you should make them. For me, my main tip for you would be is, if you are a free to win player, so you don't want to spend any money, make a choice that you think that a certain bot with certain weapons will be liable in this game for a long time, but also that you are having fun with it for a long time, because that's also very important in this game. And if you picked one, and if you picked a set of weapons, you picked a certain build for it, stick with it. It doesn't matter what Pixonic does. It doesn't matter what kind of new bots or new gears they put into the game, or what they nerf or what they buff. As long as you stay focused on what you have picked, on what you have chosen, stick to it, max it at least to mk2 level 5, level 6 or 7. Also, your weapons get to mk2 level 5, 6 or 7, or even 8 and 9, and then go to your next project. Do that 5 times. That will give you at least a Hangar that is liable in the Champion League, and also a Hangar that is mk2 level. Now when you got that, right, you got five bots that is mk2 to a certain level that is high enough you can compete with. And then if they release something, or they have a in the past they released something as a new bot or new gear that you want to upgrade, then you should choose to replace one of your bots or replace one of your weapons with this new weapon or this new bot. But that will give you already a very strong basic of mk2 level bots and weapons, so all your gear is pretty good leveled, and then you can try to change them out one for one, bot wise or weapon wise. With that being said, some things to keep in mind as well when if you would implement and execute the strategy that I just told you, which is the strategy that I used in March 2020 to upgrade one by one all of my bots into mk2, where I am right now with almost all of my bots and weapons are mk2, which I'll show you at the end. But having said that, keep in mind the following things. Make your choice based on what you think might not be nerfed or might get nerfed by Pixonic, right? For example, you know that all the new stuff, right? Fafnirs, Demeters, all the strong weapons that they release in the beginning, they're very good, they're very strong, but they also have a high ability of being nerfed. Now, if you want and you choose to upgrade those, don't look surprised when they get nerfed, right, in the future. Because that's a choice that you make. If you don't want to get hit by a nerf, maybe you should go for a underdog bot, right, or underdog weapons. For example, in my opinion, the cryo weapons are still very good. They're still very liable. In my opinion, the Ravana is still a very liable bot with maybe Havocs and that kind of stuff. For example, I'll show you guys that later, but I have a Scorpion with Havoc's sound weapons on it. I knew from the start that the sound weapons might get a nerf, but I upgraded them anyway for my Scorpion because I knew that was the best setup for the long term, so I did it anyway. So keep in mind the choices that you make. For example, if you choose to go for the Fafnir, because that's right now one of the strongest meta bots in the game, know that it might get nerfed in the end, because when the Fafnir is in the air, his speed is so fast. The weapons that has a delay can barely shoot him, can barely even touch him. So that might get a nerf in the future. Just something to think about. Now let's move on to the next screenshot, which is a screenshot of my Hangar in June 2020. Here you can see that my Hangar is fairly the same. The biggest change that I made is that I took out the Spectre and I put in another Leech, right? The Spectre at that point is really bad because of I don't remember, but during that time I think it got a nerf, or it just felt it wasn't good enough anymore in the meta. But I barely made any big changes, but because like I told you, my strategy is that I focus on one thing, right? And then when that is finished, I move on to the next one. So here you can see that my Phantom is still being leveled. It's now mk2 level 8, while on the other screenshot my Phantom in March 2020 was mk2 level 5. So I focused on my Phantom and continued. One of the other big changes that I made as well is the Avengers on my Aochun. At that time, if I remember correctly, my Avengers got nerfed big time, so they weren't as good anymore and I didn't like them, so I changed them for my Glaciers, even though they were pretty high level. I think even mk2 level 12. But you know, those are the choices you have to make. Those are the things that's the risk that you run when you go for something mk2 and it get hit by the nerf. You got to make changes into your Hangar. But that's one of the big changes that I made, but the rest is pretty the same. Now the next screenshot you see here is from August 2020. Here you can see I made very little changes. The only change that I made here is that I took out one Leech and I put in a Ravana. The thing is that I never want to play the same bot in my Hangar. I put in the Leech in my previous screenshot during that time because I had nothing else. During that time the Leech was the meta, but the reason I don't want to play more than one type of bot is that when it does get hit by a nerf, for example the Leech, if it gets hit by a nerf, then 2 out of your 5 bots is going to be hit, right? I don't want that. I want to be as flexible as I can, as versatile as I can. So I want to have one of each bot that I like to play, not more than one. Also, I want to give you guys a tip is that here you can see that my Phantom is at mk2 level 8. At this point, I decided that that was good enough for my Phantom. Also because I kind of got the idea that the Phantom won't be as good as a meta, but it's one of my favorite bots, so I still wanted to play it. And it's right now at this point in time my strongest bot that I have and the fastest one. I have no regrets of it, but you need to be constantly thinking, is this viable for me? Should I go all the way to mk2 level 12, or is level 7, 8, or 9 mk2, is it good enough, right? Those are personal choices that you guys need to make. But one tip that I can give you is that any bot or any weapon that you have, you should level that up at least to a minimum of mk1 level 9. From there, you should also continue leveling it up, but because the costs are so high, I would recommend you grind your silver, save up your silver, and wait for the silver discount when Pixonic has those, and then level up to mk2 level 10 or and so on and so on. Same thing for your bots and your weapons. Do that. So your hangar basically all should be, if you are a free to win player, your hangar should be all gears and bots and weapons at least mk1 level 9. From there, right, you can grind, you can save up your silver, and then wait for the discount to do all the expensive upgrades until mk1 level 9. I think the cost for the silver to do them is pretty doable. If you have VIP, then the time to upgrade is also pretty good. If you don't have VIP, be patient, keep grinding, keep saving up your silver, but also your gold, so you can strike when the moment's there. And the moment is usually when the silver discount is going on. And even if you have some gold as well, you can fast forward your upgrades so that you can make use of that silver discount. I don't recommend it to do it too often, but when you have a chance, when you feel like, okay, I want to do one last upgrade, then fast forward with your gold and do that last upgrade with your silver. One thing that I do want to add in about the screenshot is my build here for my Ares. I don't think I played with this very long because it wasn't a very good setup, so no one should replicate my Ares build right here. But this is also proof for you guys that I was experimenting a lot on my own to see what's the best for me, what's the best build for each bot. So keep that in mind as well. Now let's go into the next screenshot, which is a screenshot from October 2020. Here you can see me doing some changes, some big changes, also because I think here was the introduction of the Hawk. And the Hawk was a big change. So I replaced one of the Leech, which was no more, in my opinion, one of the meta. The Ravana, I didn't like it as much at mk1 level 9. It wasn't really my thing, so I replaced it as well with a Nightingale because I needed healing in my hangar. And of course, I got the Hawk. Now, I need to tell you guys this, okay? I do not spend any money, so if anyone who's wondering right now, like, you don't spend any money, but you still have all these meta and good bots in your hangar. How do you do that? But it's very simple, guys. I participate in almost every giveaway that is possible and available and online by Pixonic, by YouTubers, on Discord, on Reddit, you name it, I will put my ID there. And I really got lucky, to be honest. I got lucky with the Leeches, I got lucky with the Ravanas, I got lucky with the Hawk. But also, I used the workshop a lot. I spent a lot of silver in the workshop to build weapons, to build bots. You need to be patient, but eventually you will get the bot that you want. I think the Ravana is one of the bots that I actually won with a giveaway, but a lot of other weapons and bots that I have is all built in the workshop when it was available in the workshop, of course. So that's just a disclaimer so you guys understand that how I got all these bots. But here you can see I've added the Hawk, the Nightingale, and the Blitz. At this point, I think that the Blitz got a legendary pilot, which made it a very viable option. But I still have my mk2 level 8 Phantom. Actually, it's even level 9 here, as I can see it, in my hangar. That was my main focus, and the next step right now is my weapons. However, I didn't go for this setup to upgrade my cryo weapons at that time, because I wasn't sure that the cryo weapons, these setup that I have, these builds on the Phantom, will be a good investment for the long term. So I was a bit doubtful. That's why I didn't upgrade them further, and I went to a different focus on a different bot. And the next bot will be the next screenshot you can see here, is that from December 2020. So the other screenshot was from October 2020, and then this is December 2020. Is that I have now a Scorpion in my hangar, an extra Hawk, and a Hades. What I did here is that I made a choice. Is that what I was thinking? What underdog kind of bot would still be good in the future? And my conclusion is the Hades. The Hades has a shield that no one can penetrate, right? And a pretty good duration overall. I didn't go for the Nemesis, I didn't go for the Ares anymore, because the Ares has a very long shield. His duration is very long, but his cooldown time is also very long. The Nemesis is too short, but the Nemesis is very tanky. However, just 2 medium weapons was a bit too little for me, so I thought that the Hades was the best choice to invest in. Also use it with overdrive, right? Once your overdrive kicks in, you activate your shield, and that's a good way to hurt any bot or even titans, in my opinion. And the other choice that I made is a Scorpion. My Scorpion is my second focus, right? So at this time I was actually upgrading my Hades and my Scorpion both at the same time. And then I had to make a choice. So either go for the Scorpion or for the Hades. At that time, I thought the Hades was a safer choice, safer from nerfs. It was a very good underdog bot to invest in. So I actually chose to go for the Hades. And when I would be done with that, then I would invest into the Scorpion, because the Scorpion at that time was still pretty new. It was one of the metas. So a big chance that it might get nerfed in a certain way with the sound weapon. So I thought it was a bit of a tricky investment to go into the Scorpion, even though it's already mk1 level 11. I could have made it mk2 level 1 and then go upwards, but I wanted to wait on that and see how that goes, and go for the Hades first. You'll see that in the next screenshot. And this is the last screenshot from March 2021. Here you can see that my Hades got into mk2 level, right? And my Scorpion is still mk1 level 11. And if I can see here, I changed my bot or my hangar a little bit by using 2 Scorpions and 2 Hawks. This is only a temporarily setup, guys. Like I mentioned before, I don't like doubles. I don't like the same bot in my hangar. But you know, I changed my hangar quite often based on maybe certain tasks you want to play or during a certain kind of metas. And I think at this time is that having 2 Scorpions was very viable, very liable, because how strong they were. For example, if you have a task where you need to do a certain amount of kills, right? Or if you want to play FFA and you want to do kill steals, Scorpions are actually really good to do that, to steal kills or kill enemies who are low HP with their ability to teleport at 350 meters. Is a good way to get that quick kill in order to get that task or extra silver or win the match in FFA. So during that time, this was my temporary setup. But because I didn't want to invest in double bots, I chose one of these bots to go all the way into mk2, and eventually I chose for my Scorpion with the toxic green skin right here, and I'll show you guys that in a bit. Right here, as you can see, this is actually my my hangar right now. This is my current hangar, and here you can see that a big change, right? This is a big change to what I used to have in March 2020, which I'll show you guys here. You guys need to understand that from within like 1.5 years, I went from only one mk2 bot in my hangar to a hangar of all mk2 level bots, okay, with minimum money spent. Yes, I do buy some deals here and there. I do buy the VIP, that kind of stuff, but I wait for the deals on the VIP. So let's say it depends on where you're from, but I bought a deal that's 10 euros and you get 45 days of VIP. Even better, I won a giveaway where I won a Sharenga along with a 30-day VIP pass for 30 days for War Robots. So, you know, this is how I get my gear. This is how I get my rewards, by participating in giveaways and be lucky enough to win them as well. But this is what you can do. Of course, you need to have a lot of patience, right? A year, 1.5 years is a lot of time. But then again, you know, this game is I play this for fun. I play this for pleasure, right? I play this for relaxation. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry to upgrade so fast or have an mk2 level, Hangar everything and all my gear maxed out. I'm not in a hurry for that, right? So I just take my time. I have fun with it. But if you don't have that, patience, then yes, you need to break open your wallet and know this. I've played this for 5 to 6 years. If you break out, you pull out your wallet once, you can't keep it at one time. You gotta keep spending in order to keep up with the meta. That's something that I don't want to do. It's a personal choice. If you do want it and you have the money, you want to spend it, be my guest, you know, you do you, but I don't want to do that. So this is I think this is proof to show every other player that is not spending money, any free to win players, that you definitely can have a good Hangar. You definitely can win in Champion League if you just be patient, have one focus, make the right choices, and do what I just did, is that pick one thing, finish that up, and then go on the next one. For example, in my Hangar right now is that I'm focusing right now on the Orochi. That's one of my new favorite bots that I have, right? I got the Megalodon Orochi, or the Shark Orochi, and I really love it. It's great in FFA. It gets all the kills that I want, but it's also very good at Beacon Rush because it's so fast. I still have my Phantom in my Hangar, right? Still one of my favorite bots. This is how you keep it fun, at least for me. As you can see here, I have other bots as well that I can choose from. The Hawk, but I don't like the Hawk, so it's not leveled, right? But it's a good bot. It's still one of the meta bots, right? The Demeter, I love this bot. This is going to be my next project. It's the mk1 level 9, and after I'm done with the Orochi, Demeter is the next one on my list to upgrade. I have a Shell, right? I had to pick between a Shell or a Fenrir, and I chose a Fenrir to play with that one. I have so many other bots. I have a Typhon, right, that I could also play. But I think the Typhon is a fun bot, but it's a bit fragile. And not really suitable in my Hangar. I have a Blitz. Blitz is also very viable with a legendary pilot. So I have the choices, but you need to make one and stick to it, right? Because if you don't do that and you go with the flow on what Pixonic gives you, you will end up having a little bit of everything, and you won't be able to make it in the Champion League or any league that has better weapons than you, better boss than you, maybe because they're a higher level or because they just spend a lot of money, right? So for me, this is how I do it. I hope you guys got any tips, any good value out of this. I'm also doing this to document my own Hangar. I'm going to do this each quarter to show you guys, but also myself, how my own Hangar devolves or evolves, and what choices I made, what bots I use in certain times. But guys, this is my my current Hangar. I think that the Orochi, Scorpion, and Fenrir is going to be one of my staples in my Hangar. I'm probably going to replace the Hades with the Demeter, because one of those purple shields in my Hangar is enough for me, and the Phantom might still be in my Hangar, but I might change it as well. But thanks you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this type of content, consider to subscribe to my channel. It's just a simple click for you guys, but it means a lot to me to grow the channel in order to do some giveaways for you when my channel is big enough. Hope you guys like this. Hope you guys could find something out of it, and thanks so much for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.